Sneak peek at the Northern Lawmaker skins coming. Plus, January update. But before we get into it, hit that intro. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Husky Puppy over here at NGI, and we are going crazy out here, dudes. We got reviews popping off. I got a bunch of things lined up. I'm trying to drop a bunch of content for YouTube this year, going crazy. But you know what? I got to talk about this real quick. The community is in shambles right now. There's crying, loud voices are being heard throughout the internet. Pitchforks are being raised. People are getting their fire torches because, dudes, this January update is some meaty fire, and we're going to talk about it right now for Lost Ark. So, let's get into it. The biggest bombshell of this Lost Ark article, just to rip everything off the meat and the bones and the potatoes, is we're getting a limited Tier 3 at launch. And this has divided the community, and it tore everything up into shreds. So when it comes to this Tier 3 content, we have the Punica region. I'm going to butcher all these names, I apologize. We have the Felton region, and we have the Ewan region. And pretty much to break them all down, I'm not going to go too in-depth with this because you guys can check out the article at playlostark.com under their January 22 update. But pretty much each of these areas have new quests, bosses, chaos dungeons, and more. But let's get into the subject of the Tier 3 content. It says the Tier 3 Tier 3 gear will be available at launch, as well as a few core Tier 3 dungeons to support proper progression. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does to support proper progression mean? But anyway, we have Orstra's Well, which is an Abyssal Dungeon, Chaos Dungeon Stage 3, and the Valganos Guardian Raid. The combat level has been raised to 60, so now you can get to a 60 cap, and additional Tier 3 content will be added to the game post-launch in order to set the pace for player progression, both in terms of new content and optimal difficulty. So, in short, Tier 3 gear sets available day 1. Get to fucking grinding, boys. You want some alts and shit? Get your fucking ass in there and grinding. And if you don't have your main character because it's not released yet, well, you got fucking titty licked sucked. Because now you're going to have to grind that ass up when it releases later. Now, will they have the boost mode when those new classes come out? We really don't know. We have no fucking idea if they're going to have boost mode out. From my knowledge, currently, there's no boost mode at launch. So you're going to have to grind your ass on these alts. Obviously, they said that 173 Steam achievements will be available for the guys that like those things. I personally like collecting achievements, but I'm more of a PlayStation trophy guy. But it'll be cool to get some Steam achievements, I guess. And then another big thing was the character voice selection. You can now select a voice for your character, which is pretty big. And also another big thing, based on player feedback, they touched in. They did take in consideration of a few people in the forums, but they highly ignored the majority, and we're going to talk about how they highly ignored the majority in a second. But we have the Korean voiceover DLC option that you can download as a DLC when the game comes out at launch, or probably on February 8th. And we have cutscenes that are now skippable. So say you play on your main character, you watch everything, you follow the story, and then you continue, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome. And then, you know, it is what it is. And then you roll an alt. Now you don't have to watch the same bullshit, you can just get it going. And then there's a bunch of balance tweaks. Apparently a bunch of crybabies said the game was too easy, of course, because it was Tier 1. From my knowledge, Tier 1 was always easy, but nevertheless, they tweaked the game to make it somewhat rewarding, not too hard, but rewarding and a little bit challenging. Then they came in with the community fact, which they just talked about. Like, the biggest thing for me is, we're gonna go back into it in a second, is the names for guild and character. We're gonna go into that in a second. But they did clarify again about founder packs and skins, which they will stack. That was already confirmed, but they put it in the update anyway to clear any doubt about it. They told you how to claim these founder packs, so they already confirmed that too. So that little packet of info was all outdated news. They explained a little bit about some gameplay questions. I don't think anybody fucking asked. These are just kind of there to further crank out the article, make it look bigger than it is. Um, but if a guild leader isn't logged in within 10 days, the deputy of the guild becomes the leader. Um, Content from the Korean or Russian versions of the games will be coming into America as events. It did say some though, so we don't know if that's majority. We don't know if that's all. We just know that some. It could be a couple events. Who knows? Um, you can't change the font type, but you can change the size. And they said something about the roster-based PvP rankings. Somebody asked if it could be character-based, and they don't have any plans to change that. So it's all going to be on your account, your PvP account. And then they finally weeped and cried about there is going to be another article next week, so I'll have a follow-up video. I know somebody posted on my older Lost Ark video that they wanted more Lost Ark, and they wanted me to cover it, and it's been a dry spell because there's been literally no information, and I don't know anything about the game, so I'm not going to sit here and lie my way through guides and make guides of shit that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I literally had to wait for news. I have news, and now I can talk about this news, and I can answer that guy's post with this link of this new video and shout him out. Also, we're gonna get back to what we're gonna backtrack a bit and talk about the most asinine thing of this fucking update that nobody, for some reason, nobody is fucking talking about this. I have no idea why, and I am an Amazon Lost Art content creator, and I am going to still talk about this even despite me being a content creator because it's absolutely dog shit, bullshit, garbage, and it needs to be talked about. So when it comes to naming your character or your guild or your house or anything, you cannot use any special characters, which includes exclamation, at, pound, dollar, percent, which that's fine, right? Nobody's putting fucking crazy letters in their name. But then it also says you can't use numbers, and you can only have the first letter of the name capitalized and no spaces. So you're telling me we can't use spaces, we can't use numbers, and only one letter can be capitalized and it has to be in the beginning of your name? Dog shit dudified fucking garbage. And on top of that dog shit dudified fucking garbage, we have the character name reservation and deletion. And when it comes to this character name and reservation deletion, you can't claim a name and then delete it because then it's going to get logged into a server where Amazon has to clear the cache, if you so will want to symbolically say, in a metaphorical way of putting it. They can clear the cache and then the name will be available. But they're not going to tell anybody how that's going to work. So pretty much you can have some troll on February 8th go straight to the launch, right to the character creation, take all the good fucking names. February 8th, log in, take all the good names on all 6 of their characters, delete all their characters, rename it, delete them all, rename, delete, and guess what? All the good fucking names are going to be gone because some fucking trolls are going to do it. And you don't think there's going to be one troll? No, there's going to be thousands of trolls. They're all going to fucking do that. And so you're gonna see a bunch of fucking dog shit names. You're gonna see names that don't make sense, like F F F F F F F F F F F F Q Q Q Q Q A B C D F G. You're gonna see face roll keyboards. It's gonna be fucking nonsense because the name thing, I don't get it. There should be spaces and fucking numbers at least, spaces and numbers. It's fucking, whatever. But nobody's really talking about that, and that's kind of triggering me because that's a big fucking deal, man. Your name is your identity in game. And now you're gonna be resulting into nonsense. And I mean, I'll be there on the February 8th. I'll be there day one, and I'll hopefully be able to claim the names I want to claim. And guess what? I'm not telling you those fucking names, you trolls. But if I get my names, I'll be happy. But think about the people months from now that want to get in. That finally see some streamers are like, I'm gonna fucking check it out. Or not even months, but weeks from now. Weeks from launch, right? And they want to get in. All the fucking good names are gone because they waited weeks for launch and the names are dead. So that's that. And the last bit of news we're going to get into about this Lost Ark is Lost Archive probably collaborated with Amazon. They have a thing coming out tomorrow of a tool, and all I'm gonna say is they teased this Northern Lawmaker skin, man, and I don't know if this is gonna be a full video tomorrow or a bunch of like full 3D breakdowns of these Lawmaker skins, because we have no idea. The January update never showed the Lawmaker skins. Um, but obviously this video will be playing in the background while I talk about the little sneak peek. And yeah, and then there's gonna be, like I said, next week with a follow up of like how the monetization's gonna go, how uh their launch plans with a patch note, and all kind of stuff. Their business model, what makes this version of the game special, and a roadmap, which is all the stuff we really want to know. We just got a little bit of sprinkled information today. Finally, we got something, and then we're gonna get some more next week because there's not too much longer until the game launches. Yeah, once we get that article next week, there's not much fucking information to go around about this game. So now that I broke down the January update and I broke down the sneak teaser, which tomorrow I'm gonna tune in and see if I can get some and see if this is legitimate, and see if we can see all the Lawmaker skins, and I'll probably cover those. Maybe we'll see how I feel of making a video, if it's legit or not. But let's discuss my overall thoughts of launching on tier 3. Everybody wants to know everybody's opinion on it, and if you go on the Reddit, you'll see a lot of crying. You go on Steam forums, you'll see a lot of crying. You go to Lost Ark forums, you see a lot of crying. Very little percentage of people, other than the top streamers that already know how to play, ironically, care about tier 3, and they're happy. A lot of the top streamers and people that have already done all the content, they're happy tier 3's launch, and a lot of other people, they're just like, willy-nilly and shit. But everybody like myself, brand new, that don't know a fucking hole from their ass, don't know what an ant is in the game, they're not happy. But me, I stand on the fence, right? I've always been an anomaly. I've always gone against the grain. I've always done the opposite of what the sheep will do. So my thing is, and this is my honest opinion, it doesn't sway me. In fact, it does make me happy that the game is going to have a bunch of content, and we're not going to get trapped in a low budget version and stuck on it for months. We're going to be in tier 3, and they're going to keep introducing tier 3 mechanics. And as a new player to the game that knows nothing, doesn't know his ass from his ass, it doesn't affect me at all, because I'm still going to play at the pace I want to play. I'm still going to do the things I want to do. I don't let the fucking game feel to rush me. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to rush to the end, rush to the end, rush to the end. For fucking what, bro? The game is always going to be there as long as it has players to play it. Why fucking sprint the mile to the end when I can slowly jog my way there and have the same result in just a longer time frame? I don't understand why people feel peer pressure to get rushed. I mean, sure, the whales are going to take over and make the fucking item shop auction house go crazy, but I'll get my gold eventually. I'll have alts, and I'll do the things I want to do. It's not going to affect me in the slightest, and if anything, it makes me happy, because all the time that I plan to put in the game, I'm going to get there a lot further than most of you people listening to this video. And I'm not just saying that to flex. I'm just saying that's the time that I plan on putting in the game. As long as I like it like that, I mean, this is still all speculation. I gotta figure out if I even like the fucking game, because I've never played it before, and I refuse to play on 300 ping in Russia. And I also plan on spoiling it for myself when it's literally less than 2 weeks away. So, honestly, guys, that is my opinion. It's not gonna affect me crazily. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. If anything, it makes me excited, because there's a lot of things to do once I hit the cap, and once I start grinding my eye level and getting my tier 3 gear and all the different alts and all the different collectibles and all the different islands that open up to me. It just makes me happy that the game's going to be action content packed, and not lackluster boring like what I've heard. And it's surely not going to affect the population because there's always going to be things to do. For the ones that are saying the population and people are going to drop the game is affected, that's premeditated nonsense FOMO that people love to hyper circle jerk themselves off and get off on it. Anyway, guys, like, you know what I mean? Don't let fucking other people tell you how to play the game or pressure you to play the game. Just fucking dive in and play it the way you want. You know, if you like it, you like it. You want to sprint, then sprint. You want to just feel it out and play slow pace, then fucking do it, bro. That's the problem with people, man. Too sheep-minded. Anyway, guys, I'm Husky Puppy over at NGI. Make sure you stay updated with all the latest in gaming tech news and reviews. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button to stay up to date. God bless and peace. I will see you guys in the next one.